The story of the lost city of Atlantis originates from the writings of the ancient Greek philosopher Plato, who mentioned it in two dialogues, Timaeus and Critias. According to Plato, Atlantis was a powerful and advanced civilization that existed around 9,000 years before his time. Description of Atlantis. Plato describes Atlantis as a large island located beyond the Pillars of Hercules, what we now call the Strait of Gibraltar. It was said to be rich in resources, with impressive architecture, grand palaces, and a complex system of canals. The Atlanteans were advanced in technology and possessed great naval power. The rise and fall. Initially, the Atlanteans were virtuous and benevolent, living in harmony with the rest of the world. However, over time, their society became corrupt, greedy, and imperialistic. According to the myth, the gods grew displeased with the Atlanteans' moral decline. As punishment, Atlantis was said to have sunk into the ocean in a cataclysmic disaster, disappearing without a trace. Legacy. The story of Atlantis has captivated imaginations for centuries, inspiring countless theories about its location and existence. Various hypotheses suggest it could be linked to real places like Santorini or other ancient civilizations. The tale serves as a cautionary fable about hubris and the consequences of moral decay, reflecting Plato's philosophical ideas. Modern influence. Atlantis has become a symbol in popular culture, featuring in literature, films, and art. The mystery surrounding its existence continues to intrigue explorers, archaeologists, and storytellers alike, making it a timeless part of human mythology. The legend of Atlantis has evolved over time, inspiring numerous interpretations and theories. Philosophical context. Plato used the story of Atlantis as an allegory for his philosophical ideas about ideal societies. He contrasted the supposed perfection of Atlantis with the democratic city-state of Athens, highlighting themes of virtue, governance, and the potential pitfalls of power. The tale reflects Plato's concerns about societal ethics and the dangers of corruption. Historical interpretations. Various historians and archaeologists have sought to identify potential real-world counterparts to Atlantis. Some suggest connections to 1. Minoan civilization. The advanced Minoan society on Crete, known for its impressive palaces and sudden decline, has been linked to the Atlantis narrative, particularly after the volcanic eruption on Santorini. 2. Troy. Some theories connect the story to the fall of Troy, emphasizing the themes of hubris and downfall in both narratives. 3. Antarctica. More fringe theories propose that Atlantis might have been located in Antarctica, suggesting a lost civilization beneath ice. Cultural impact. The myth of Atlantis has permeated various aspects of culture. 1. Literature. Numerous authors have referenced Atlantis, from Jules Verne to H.P. Lovecraft, often as a setting for adventure or exploration. 2. Film and media. Movies like Disney's Atlantis, The Lost Empire, have popularized the story, creating vibrant interpretations of the mythical city. 3. New Age beliefs. Some contemporary spiritual movements view Atlantis as a symbol of ancient wisdom, claiming that its lost knowledge could lead to spiritual enlightenment. Scientific expeditions. The quest for Atlantis has spurred many expeditions and research efforts. Explorers have searched the Mediterranean and the Caribbean, looking for remnants of a lost civilization. While none have conclusively proven the existence of Atlantis, these searches have led to important discoveries about ancient cultures and maritime history. Atlantis in modern scholarship. Academics continue to debate Atlantis' existence, with some considering it purely a fictional narrative, while others believe it could have been based on real events. The ongoing intrigue underscores humanity's fascination with lost civilizations and the mysteries of our past. Here are additional layers to the Atlantis narrative that expand on its history and cultural significance without repeating previous information. Linguistic and etymological roots. The term Atlantis is derived from the Greek word Atlas, a titan in Greek mythology. This association may symbolize strength and endurance, possibly reflecting the perceived power of the Atlantean civilization. The word Atlantis itself can be translated as Island of Atlas, emphasizing its mythological roots. Geological theories. Some scientists have explored geological events that could have inspired the Atlantis legend. The eruption of the Santorini volcano around 1600 BCE, which led to the collapse of the Minoan civilization, is often cited as a possible source for the myth. The cataclysmic destruction could have been interpreted as a city sinking into the sea, thereby fueling the legend. Psychological interpretation psychologists have analyzed the Atlantis myth through various lenses, including Jungian archetypes. Some view Atlantis as a representation of humanity's collective unconscious, a symbol of lost potential and forgotten wisdom. This perspective explores how the narrative resonates with our desire for a utopian society and a deeper understanding of human history. Atlantis in esotericism. In esoteric traditions, Atlantis is often portrayed as a spiritually advanced civilization with profound knowledge of the universe. Some believe that the Atlanteans possessed advanced technologies and mystical practices that were lost with their civilization. These ideas have influenced New Age philosophies, emphasizing themes of enlightenment, reincarnation, and the pursuit of lost wisdom. Artistic representations throughout history, artists have depicted Atlantis in various forms, often illustrating it as a majestic, idyllic city with grand architecture and lush landscapes. From Renaissance paintings to modern digital art, these depictions emphasize the allure and mystery of the lost civilization, contributing to its enduring appeal. Archaeological investigations. While no definitive evidence of Atlantis has been found, archaeological discoveries continue to provide insights into ancient civilizations that may have inspired the myth. Excavations in areas like the Mediterranean and Caribbean often uncover remnants of advanced societies that share characteristics with Plato's descriptions, fueling ongoing debates about the origins of the Atlantis story. Modern Atlantis theories. Recent theories propose that the idea of Atlantis might have been influenced by other cultures' myths, such as those of the Maya or the ancient Egyptians. This cross-cultural perspective suggests that tales of lost cities are common in human storytelling, reflecting universal themes of rise and fall, exploration, and the search for meaning. Continuing exploration. The fascination with Atlantis remains a vibrant topic in literature, film, and academia. Conferences, documentaries, and books dedicated to exploring its mystery are common, illustrating how the myth has become a cultural touchstone for discussing civilization, morality, and human aspiration. The search for Atlantis continues, both literally and metaphorically, as people seek to uncover truths about our past and the nature of society. Ancient sources and interpretations. Beyond Plato, other ancient writers referenced lost civilizations, contributing to the broader narrative of Atlantis like myths. For instance, the Roman philosopher Seneca and the geographer Pomponius Mela mentioned lands submerged by the sea, hinting at a tradition of stories about lost territories. Symbolism of water. Water often symbolizes change, mystery, and the unknown in various cultures. In the context of Atlantis, its submersion represents the fragility of human achievement and the inevitability of nature's power. This symbolism resonates in many myths around the world, where great civilizations meet their end through floods or other water-related disasters. Atlantis in pop culture. Modern adaptations of Atlantis extend into video games, anime, and comics. For example, the Assassin's Creed series explores an advanced civilization that parallels the themes of Atlantis. This cultural integration highlights humanity's ongoing fascination with lost worlds and the potential for discovering advanced knowledge. Scientific skepticism. While many have sought to find Atlantis, a significant number of scientists and historians regard the story as purely allegorical. They argue that it serves more as a philosophical tool than a historical account, cautioning against conflating myth with evidence-based history. This skepticism has shaped modern discourse on the importance of distinguishing between mythological narratives and archaeological facts. Atlantis in contemporary spirituality. In some spiritual circles, Atlantis is viewed as a source of ancient wisdom about healing, consciousness, and cosmic awareness. Concepts like crystal healing and energy work are often tied back to supposed Atlantean practices. This view reinforces the idea of Atlantis as a symbol of higher knowledge and spiritual awakening. Environmental parallels. In contemporary discussions about climate change and environmental degradation, Atlantis serves as a metaphor for the consequences of ignoring ecological balance. The myth prompts reflection on how modern societies might face similar fates if they continue on paths of unsustainable development. Modern archaeological hypotheses. Some researchers propose that Atlantis might represent a collective memory of catastrophic events, like the rise of sea levels or tsunamis, that affected ancient coastal communities. These hypotheses aim to explain how such legends could arise from actual historical events rather than purely imaginative tales. Influence on utopian thought. The story of Atlantis has influenced utopian thinkers and writers throughout history. Many envision ideal societies modeled after Plato's descriptions, where harmony and balance are central. This has led to various philosophical discussions about what constitutes a perfect society and how such ideals can be pursued in reality. Ongoing research. Modern archaeology continues to explore regions that may hold clues about ancient civilizations. Advances in technology, such as underwater drones and satellite imagery, have made it possible to investigate submerged landscapes, reigniting interest in the search for lost cities and potentially providing insights that relate to the Atlantis myth. The concept of collective memory. The enduring nature of the Atlantis myth can also be understood through the lens of collective memory. This concept suggests that societies retain stories and myths that shape their identities. Atlantis, as a narrative of loss and warning, reflects humanity's broader fears and hopes regarding civilization and progress. These aspects reveal how the Atlantis narrative continues to evolve and resonate across cultures and eras, serving as a rich tapestry of themes that encompass philosophy, spirituality, environmentalism, and human aspiration. Archaeological sites as inspiration. Many archaeological sites around the world have drawn comparisons to Atlantis due to their advanced structures and mysterious histories. For instance, the ruins of Machu Picchu in Peru and the underwater city of Dwarka in India have been cited as potential links to the legendary city, prompting exploration into their histories and cultural significance. Atlantis in ancient maps. Some ancient maps and texts reference lost lands or mysterious islands, which enthusiasts believe might relate to Atlantis. Maps from the Middle Ages and Renaissance occasionally depict places that resemble descriptions of Atlantis, suggesting that the idea of lost lands permeated various cultures long after Plato's time. Atlantis and ancient astronomy. Some theories suggest that the Atlanteans had advanced knowledge of astronomy and mathematics, potentially far surpassing contemporary civilizations. This idea posits that their understanding of celestial events could have influenced their navigation and agricultural practices, further solidifying their reputation as a sophisticated society. The role of Atlantis in speculative fiction. Atlantis has become a staple in speculative fiction, influencing genres like science fiction and fantasy. Authors like H.P. Lovecraft and Philip K. Dick have incorporated themes of lost civilizations into their narratives, using Atlantis as a backdrop to explore existential questions and the unknown. Atlantis and the search for lost knowledge. The idea of a lost civilization often ties into the search for forgotten knowledge. Many believe that ancient societies, including Atlantis, possessed advanced technologies or insights into the human experience that have been lost over time. This belief has inspired quests for hidden texts or artifacts that could unlock this wisdom. Global parallels to Atlantis. The concept of a lost advanced civilization is not unique to Western mythology. Cultures around the world have similar tales, such as Kumari Kondam in Tamil tradition and Mu in the Pacific. These stories often feature themes of environmental disaster or moral decay, highlighting a universal human fascination with lost worlds. Atlantis in philosophy and ethics. Philosophers often use the Atlantis myth as a starting point for discussions on ethics and governance. The decline of Atlantis is sometimes viewed as a cautionary tale about the consequences of moral failures in leadership and society, prompting debates on how to create more equitable and just societies. The symbol of the lost city. In modern contexts, Atlantis serves as a powerful symbol for unattainable ideals, representing dreams of perfect societies, environmental balance, or spiritual enlightenment. Its allure often lies in what it represents: the potential for greatness and the inherent dangers of excess and hubris. Contemporary popularity. The Atlantis myth has gained renewed popularity in the context of global interest in environmentalism and sustainability. As societies grapple with climate change and ecological crises, Atlantis stands as a poignant reminder of the fragility of civilization and the importance of living in harmony with nature. Atlantis as a cultural archetype. The story of Atlantis has become an archetype for narratives about exploration, discovery, and loss. This archetype resonates in numerous modern tales, whether in films, literature, or even video games, where protagonists seek to uncover hidden truths, navigate unknown realms, or face the consequences of past actions. These layers enrich the understanding of Atlantis not just as a myth, but as a multifaceted cultural phenomenon that continues to inspire exploration, creativity, and critical thought across various domains.